Hi, my name is Abby Combs, and today we are going to talk about growth. And 2 weeks before this lesson, we're going to have butterflies in the classroom, and we're going to have them as eggs, and we're going to watch them grow and watch them become butterflies. And we're going to give each student a journal so that they can write down what they see and the different changes they see every day. And then we're going to start the lesson off with asking the class what they think growth is, and we're just going to let them fill in the blank because there's really not a wrong answer for this question. There's not just one definition. And then we're going to talk about our definition of growth, which is becoming bigger or stronger as you age or experience things. And there are many different types of growth. And then to get into some of the different types, we have physical growth, which is the process of getting bigger and stronger. And a real life example would be asking the class if they've gotten any bigger since kindergarten over the past year. And another good example would be the butterflies in the classroom and how they grew. Another form of growth is mental growth, which is developing more mature behaviors and thinking more logically. And an example of mental growth would be learning that it's easier to talk about issues instead of being violent. Um, Another example of physical growth is life cycles. And a life cycle is the different steps an organism goes through, which includes birth, growth, reproduction, and death. All living organisms have a life cycle, and all living organisms grow and go through these different changes and steps throughout their lives. And even plants have life cycles and go through these changes as well. And then we're going to ask the class what they have observed in the butterfly's life cycle so far, and we're going to get their answers and hear what everyone has to say and the different things that they all saw. And then we're actually going to talk about the life cycle, and the first step is the egg, and a mother butterfly lays the egg on a leaf, and there is a small caterpillar growing inside of each egg, and about 5 days after the egg is laid, it will hatch. And then we go into stage two, which is the larva, but most people just call it a caterpillar. And caterpillars eat a lot, and they eat a lot because they want to speed up the life cycle so they could go into the next stage quicker. And the caterpillar usually starts eating the leaf that the egg was laid on, and then it just continues on to the next one and eats a lot. And then it goes into the third stage, which is the pupa, also called the chrysalis. And this stage is when the caterpillar is done eating and it's done growing, and the caterpillar forms a cocoon around themselves called a chrysalis. And during this stage, caterpillars go through what's called metamorphosis, which is a process when the caterpillar is in the chrysalis and its limbs, organs, and tissues all experience drastic changes. And the cocoon is for protection during this stage when all these processes are going on. They are safe in their little cocoon. And then the last stage is the butterfly, and the butterfly will break out of the chrysalis and come out as a fully developed butterfly. And when it first comes out, it needs to rest a little bit before it can fly. And then within 3 to 4 hours, the butter has kind of mastered flying and is ready to mate and reproduce and lay that egg again to start the life cycle over.